welcome back to my channel. I am doing a roundup of my Black Friday buys with you today. I think I was pretty good. I resisted the sale vortex. It's so easy to get sucked in. I know last year was very different. It was a very glitzy Black Friday last year. There were Manolos, there were diamond earrings, there was a bunch of stuff. And to be perfectly honest, a lot of that stuff didn't get a lot of use this year. I think one of my best buys from last Black Friday was the Wolf jewelry box. That's when I picked it up. I'm so glad I did. I've used it actually quite a bit, and anytime have been able to do little trips, I've used it. But I'm just gonna share with you some of the little things I bought, and then the big thing. This thing. This sofa behind me, my husband and I, we were sitting on Thanksgiving Day. I think we were like halfway into a bottle of wine, sitting on the balcony, just enjoying the sunshine, and I got an email from West Elm saying that some things were going on sale. And we had been eyeing sofas for a while. Basically, their performance velvet is really great for pets. Their twill and like other standard fabrics are not good for pets because they just love to get their little claws in them. So I don't know if you can see behind me, like right there, that's our old sofa. And it was a really nice sofa for a while, but it did not stand a chance against the cats. They got their claws into it so quickly, and every corner is pretty much destroyed. We did our best. We tried to get them other things to scratch and just shepherd them away. I know that you can kind of cover corners with aluminum foil, and yeah, but basically they managed to destroy it because we couldn't police their every single move. And we've been thinking about getting this sofa, but we just didn't really want to spend the money. We're like, but we have so many moves coming up, and furniture takes a beating when you move around a lot. But the Black Friday deal and maybe the wine convinced us to take the plunge and get this sofa here. So it was in the performance velvet that we wanted. They had it. I think the deal was because these things were already in their warehouse and ready to ship. Like maybe people ordered them and then canceled their order previously, but basically that was what West Elm was trying to sell in this sale. It worked out perfectly for us because we got the one we wanted. And it shipped just within a few weeks. Like you didn't have to wait months. And I know that people have had a really hard time getting furniture this year. So yeah, that is our first big purchase, and part of the reason why I didn't go crazy then that weekend with Black Friday. Up next we have another blue purchase. So these are the Aftershokz headphones. I think they're from Aeropex or Aeroplex, I can never remember, but I'll have it written on the screen. I love these. These are bone conducting headphones, and I have been contemplating this purchase for a good year. My husband has had his pair for about 2 years now. He loves them. So I have the hardest time with headphones. They always hurt my ears. I don't know if I just have really tiny ears, but even with putting on like the tiniest little cap adjustment that comes with the headphones, they still make my ears ache after, I mean, even just 20-30 minutes of wear. Normally I have the ones that like sit over your ear and I won't even put them in all the way, but I've been wanting these for a while, especially because I like to listen to audiobooks when I'm cleaning the house, or usually when I'm exercising. That's when I can actually catch up on YouTube videos. These, through the miracle of science, you know, these little pad things sit against your skull and you hear the sound. They're amazing. The sound quality is really good. Again, I am so not a tech person. I am positive there are YouTube videos dedicated to these things. I highly recommend checking them out. But the Black Friday deal was $30 off. These are by no means cheap headphones. I think full price, these are like 150 bucks. They do have less expensive ones, but part of it is because the battery life on this, I think it's the longest of all the ones they sell. So yeah, it was like $30 off the 150, and I'm so happy with these. It's one of those things where I'm like, why did I drag my feet on this for so long? Like, it took me 2 years of wanting just a plain cotton bathrobe to finally spend the 50 bucks and just get the bathrobe. So yeah, definitely recommend. So I feel like these were really reasonable purchases so far. Up next we have some things from Glossier. They were doing their usual promotion. I think it was 20% off, and then you can also always get bundles, and that makes it slightly cheaper. So this is the Cloud Paint Puff that I had already had, and I actually just used the opportunity to try a different color. This is this really intense poppy shade. It would probably be incredible on deeper skin tones, especially from the pictures they have online. It's great because they really do show models with a variety of skin tones. So I love to have the puff diffused out over my cheeks just for any day, and sometimes I'll take this one and just do like that little pop in the center and really diffuse it out because it is quite strong. So that was that, but I also then picked up the Lash Slick, their mascara, and the Boy Brow. I have my old ones just here in front of me, and I'm trying not to take the new ones out of the box until I throw these away. Because I've had that happen before, where you accidentally, like, so you have two mascaras, like you have the one to replace the old one, and then you're like, wait, which is it? Of course, it's pretty, you know, you can tell because one's much drier, but like, especially if you get it before you've run out, but you're just having it. Anyway, so these are my old ones. I absolutely love these. I have the Boy Brow in now, and the mascara is my favorite natural lash mascara. Like, it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup, but it just gives that little teeny tiny bit of oomph, like an actual no makeup that never like crumbles or falls into my eyes. That's something that that's a problem I have. And even when I'm using other mascara, I like it for my bottom lashes because it never ever transfers, like it never transfers under my eye or puts that big glob. That's the thing I always have trouble with when doing a mascara on my bottom lashes, because it always will put that blob of mascara. It just always ends up looking like a mess, and I'm not very good at that kind of thing anyway. So Glossier makeup is pretty goof proof to me, so that is why I picked up those. So I actually only have one more thing to show you. I did buy a pair of black boots. Like I said, I was just trying to be pretty conservative in my spending for this Black Friday. The sofa was, I think it was about 15. I think it was on sale for about 1,500, but obviously then you still have like taxes and things. So then I think it ended up being about 17 or 18 total after the taxes and delivery fees and whatnot. So, you know, obviously split between me and my husband. I just didn't want to go crazy in any other areas, and I am trying to be more mindful of that. Like, the things that I bought this year I've really enjoyed, but it's so easy with sales to get the glitzy things, you know, just to kind of go overboard on seeing that really sparkly fun thing that ends up not getting a lot of use. That's just been my experience. But I did purchase a pair of black boots, and they had to get returned. They're a really great pair of boots, but they were just a little bit too narrow from Rag & Bone, and a really good price on them. Yeah, I've gotten a lot better where if I have any doubts about a piece of clothing or some shoes, I just immediately return it. I'm not gonna run the risk of like, well, maybe it'll work out, maybe the boots will stretch out. I've just had it happen so many times where they don't and they sit unused. Like, it's still like a couple $100 for a nice pair of boots. Like, they need to fit. So I ended up returning them, and I was actually just really happy to have that money back. I was happy the moment the return went through, so clearly it was a good decision. But it did work out that I got this coat from Vince. I think I've actually showed this on my Instagram already. I saw this in store in the late summertime. My husband and I, we were passing the Vince store in Philadelphia. I saw it hanging in the window and was like, oh, I need to try that on. It was beautiful. It's this really subtle, like soft, I don't even know how to describe it. Online it's called mauve/lilac. And it really is like a really subtly blushy, pinky purple kind of tone. I've put it against my tan coat, and it's not that kind of tan at all, but it is like subtly tan, I think, without anything to compare it to. But it's just a really soft neutral shade. It's 100% wool. Oh, but as I was saying, so I tried it on in store, but of course it was full price in boutique at that time. But Vince always goes on sale. Some of my best clothes are from Vince. My sweaters, they're incredible. They hold up really well, but you can almost always get them on sale. I usually get these things from Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack, Saks, or Neiman Marcus. They also had this coat. but it is a beautiful, oversized, simple wool coat, double-breasted. I love how the buttons are like, you know, just like this nice neutral color that blend in with the coat. I hate it how a lot of things just kind of default to black buttons. But my favorite thing about this color, also very much related to the sofa, is how you can't tell if it's covered in cat fur, which is a serious problem for me. All of my black coats, like I'm just not going to get another black coat, I think, ever again. It looks filthy no matter how many times I lint roll it. And that was a problem that we had with this twill sofa. I mean, even apart from the cats destroying and getting their claws in it, something about the texture of that fabric, just every bit of fur and dust, it clings to it like you wouldn't believe, and you can't vacuum it off, you can't lint roll it off, like just nothing will get that stuff, like just once it's woven its way into the sofa. The performance velvet has been amazing. Like I've already vacuumed it, I can lint roll it literally. It's so much easier to get all the fur and dust off. That's one thing I hate about doing like the outfit of the days, because my mirrors are just always covered in dust. I would need to be dusting them like every other day at least. Does anyone actually dust their mirrors once a week consistently? Because I forget all the time, and normally it's when I'm like filming an outfit and I look at the video and think, ooh, wow, that mirror is dusty. I don't know if I can put that on Instagram because it's not as aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, it's definitely something I think about with coats now and any kind of darker fabric. So this is great. Again, 100% wool. I think Vince is a really good place for coats. So that is everything that I picked up from Black Friday. I feel like I was very well restrained. I don't know what I'm gonna do next year. I just didn't want to focus too much on the glitzy, minimal purchases when I could spend money on things that kind of just made my everyday a little bit better. Like this is the coat I have been reaching for. This is the makeup that I've been using anytime I do put on makeup. And this sofa is beautiful. We're so happy with it. The performance velvet from West Elm. Highly recommend if you have pets. It's really good, and it's, I mean, my cat Sherpa immediately went to the corner of it and tried to get her little claws in it, and she couldn't. She couldn't do it. It was so great. You know, and of course I like snap her. I'm like, no, Sherpa, and she immediately scampers off, but she couldn't even get a purchase in the velvet, so that was satisfying to see. So I would love to know, did you pick up anything special for this Black Friday? Do you have anything coming up on your 2022 wish list? I'm hoping to put out that video coming up maybe next, going over this year's good buys, some not so good buys, and how I'm planning on really kind of divvying up my money next year. I'm hopefully gonna go more into finances in one of my future videos. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.